Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Jeopardy. All right, this is the Goblet of Fire Jeopardy episode where I will compete against the one and only William from the Half Blood podcast. Okay, if you have seen their social media anywhere online, you will know that William is a force to be reckoned with. He might know more Harry Potter trivia than anybody else out there. And so it seemed only right that me, as the Book 4 Quizzitch champion, that I would have a formidable foe in William. And he does great on this episode. You'll stay tuned to see who wins, me or him. As far as announcements go for this episode, the only thing I wanted to share before things get kicked off is that the second ever Patreon exclusive episode of Retold will be out later this week. A few weeks ago, I released one, Jessie and I talking about our thoughts on the Cursed Child play. And a few weeks before that, we released a free Patreon teaser episode where Jessie and I talked about the first half of year 1 of Hogwarts Mystery, the phone game. We're actually going to go through that entire thing on the Patreon. So part 2 of year 1, as well as all the adventures and side quests you can do. We talk all about that, recap and retell all of that. That will be out later this week. So if you want to support this podcast monetarily and get some quality content, you can sign up for that at www.patreon.com/Retold podcast. So check that out. Link for that will be in the description of this episode. And and also if you want to support this podcast in other ways, if you're like, money's tight, Barry, or I don't got the funds for that. If you just want to share this podcast, that would be helpful as well. Word of mouth helps a lot. You can also leave a review on whatever podcast app you're watching this on or listening to this on. That'd be very helpful. And I appreciate any and all of it. But without further ado, enjoy the episode.
He's more than an athlete. He's an artist.
I think you're in love, Ron.
Shut up.
Victor, I love you. Victor, I do.
When we're apart, my heart beats only.
Harry Potter!
Hey, my eyes aren't glistening with the ghost of my past.
I'm not an owl.
Technically, it's a fact.
Ah, c'est magnifique.
Kill the stag.
Avada Kedavra! Barty Crouch!
Behaving like a babbling, bumbling band of baboons.
Junior.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Retold, the podcast where I retell you my favorite story of all time, Harry Potter. Except not today. We are not retelling or recapping any chapters. We're actually playing Jeopardy. Woo!
Yay!
Yeah. So listeners, if you're unfamiliar, but if you've been along with us for a while, you know about this. But if you're new, at the end of every season, at the end of every book coverage, we have a few end of season episodes, like the best of episode that you just listened to last week, as well as the Jeopardy episode, and next week the Goblet of Fire fanfic episode. So those are the 3 that I usually like to do to round out a season, and then we'll have a few off-season episodes before we start book 5. But today, it's Jeopardy time because we love trivia over here at the Retold podcast. Every single week we play Quizzitch and we keep track of the score to see, it's me versus the world to see who knows the most about Harry Potter. And you guys have already heard it. I came out on top this season. I reclaimed my title. I won
By
the
more than a
Quizzitch
half
championship. That's right. I think it was either 1.5 or 2 points. I think it was 2 points. So I claimed the title for book 4, which meant a lot of the stress is gone for this Jeopardy game. However, I was talking about it with Jessie because we were like, holy crap, my opponent is incredible. But my goal is, or my plan of action, I'm going to be incredibly arrogant. And I'm going to say, heck yeah, I'm the Goblet of Fire Quizzitch champion. Of course I can win a game of Jeopardy.
And if you don't know the answers, just make them up with full confidence.
That's right. Yep. And then I'll accuse you of being wrong and writing it down.
Yeah, you can be like, "Are you sure that citation
Make sure
is
to do it
correct?"
in the Trump voice when you do it.
Wrong. Listen, I read the book several times. I'm the champion, Quizzitch champion. What, you don't know what you're talking about? But in this episode, so you've already heard, it's Jeopardy. It is going to be me versus William from Half Blood Pod. Hi, William.
Nice to be here. Love games.
So happy to have you
Excited.
on. We had you on for, chapters 31 and 32, I believe, when
That's
they
right.
first enter into the maze and then get sent to the graveyard. But tell us about yourself, William, and tell us a little bit about Half-Blood Pod.
Yeah, so me and my best friend Scott, we have a podcast called the Half-Blood Pod, and we basically just talk any and all things Harry Potter. The idea was that he and I had basically been waiting since the moment we met each other when we were 19 and started getting to know each other, that we wanted a TV show of a Harry Potter so they could actually do justice to it as opposed to the movies. And that's what we were like, this is all coming out. So we started a podcast, and my friend Scott, who's wonderful, made a super cool game.
Yeah, I got it over here too.
Ultimate Harry Potter Trivia, book only Harry Potter Trivia. So
Ba-bam. Right there on my screen too.
Yep, available
Wonderful
now on
game.
Amazon.
Nice.
And that's all Scott's invention. So I am just the brains of the trivia operation, meaning his whole life is spent asking me questions, and I try to guess the right answer, and it's fun. So
Very cool.
that's us.
Well-
So check us out. We're on all the podcasts and social
Yeah.
medias that I'm not on, and everything else.
He does post a lot of videos of you, though.
So I'm told. So
Yeah, the new.
I assume people
famous
don't really
segment.
like me, but you know,
No, they love you. It's Scott who's the antagonistic one every single time.
Yeah.
The clip he said today, he goes,
his love language is hate.
yeah, what did he say? He goes, I don't think book 5 is filler. I don't like that idea, and I don't like you if you think that. I was like, that comes, Scott.
Comes in hot. Coming in hot.
But anyway, we're glad to have you on. And listeners, you also know Jessie. She's been on so many episodes. She's one of the founders of Retold. And she is the 3-time reigning Jeopardy champion. And, we said, Jessie, you got to give somebody else a chance. All right. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Let some other people compete for the title of the Jeopardy champion. So she has been kind enough to create our Jeopardy board this time around. And so, Jessie, would you mind pulling up the board for us, letting us get a
Yes.
gander at that, a little
Ooh.
peek?
Drum roll for the categories.
Ooh.
Okay, can you see it?
And
I can.
I can't. There it is. Yep. Fantastic. So would you mind? Okay, actually, listeners, don't look at the board yet. I have jokes for you first. I forgot about this. I wanted to share this. We've been doing dumb little jokes to start off the podcast every once in a while, especially when we have a founder on. So they're not good. It's from the unofficial joke book for Harry Potter fans.
I know. I
Volume
feel
4.
bad for whoever wrote these books because we roast them pretty hard.
I think they knew what they were doing, though.
They knew what they were
Yeah,
doing.
They had
So
to.
I'm just going to say a few of the jokes. Knock, knock.
Who's
Who's
there?
there?
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff who?
Hufflepuff, and I'll blow your house down.
Oh, I like that one.
That's not too bad. Here's another one.
Woof.
What do you get when you cross a bathroom it just says bathroom ghost, but we know what they're getting at. What do you get when you cross a bathroom ghost with the most famous portrait of all time?
The moaning Lisa? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the exact answer. The moaning Lisa. Oh, dang it, William. All right.
I was
and
about to
then-
say the moaning something too.
Yeah. All right. I got 2 more. One is, what do Quidditch players say to their brooms at night? Sweep tight.
That was the best. That's the best.
And then I love when they do ones that make absolutely no sense. Like, for example, in the episode with Jonathan, it was like, why is Buckbeak so big? Because if he was small and round and covered in yellow fur, he'd be a tennis ball. It's like,
That
what?
that reminded me of one of my favorite jokes ever in middle school. Okay, middle
Mhm.
school. But what is what is red and has no, what is green all over and has wheels?
What?
A green car.
Grass. I lied about the wheels.
I
There you
like
go.
that. That's much better than this last joke I'm going to end on. Why is Quidditch played on broomsticks?
Because it's above a ditch. I don't know. So I have no idea.
Because it would be boring on foot.
Oh,
That one in this, I don't mind that one. That one's
I guess
funny.
that's a shot at all the muggles that play
Oh
fake
yeah,
Quidditch.
quad ball is what they call it now.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jessie, you've made this wonderful Jeopardy board. Tell us about it. Introduce us to the categories.
All right. So I'm pretty proud of my categories. I thought I was clever. But the first category we have is The Libraries Never Failed Me Before, courtesy of Hermione. And then do I tell you like a little bit about?
Yeah, give us a little smidget of what it's like.
Yeah.
what it's
Okay.
about.
So it's what it sounds like. It's all about the books because Goblet of Fire, it drops some of the most like lore and books in the series.
Yep.
So this is all about books. And then we have you said, and it's stealing one of Barry's favorite categories is the quotation section. So it's just who said that line. I give you a line and you tell me who said it. Then we have Care of Magical Creatures, pretty standard, but obviously all about the magical creatures found in the Goblet of Fire. The next column we have, very spicy, the Daily Prophet Juicy Drip. So this is all about Rita Skeeter and her hit pieces. So good fun one. And then this is my favorite. All the random Hogwarts lore shoved into the Goblet of Fire is in the column named A Highly Biased and Selective History of Hogwarts, which glosses over the nastier aspects of the school.
Very good.
Those are
I
your
know who said it.
categories.
Do I get points for that? Or no,
Yeah,
who said that
tell us
quote?
who said that.
It's Hermione.
Good job, Barry.
Yes,
And
I get it.
because, so William, Barry told me all about your prowess and how good you are at Quizzage, so I didn't hold back. I think the
By all
100s
means.
are easy, and then I even like was asking my husband on the 500s, knows nothing about Harry Potter. I was like, should I make this harder? And he was like, yeah. So I even
Why
made a
not?
couple of the questions harder
Why not?
tonight. So
The whole reason Scott made this game is because it's so insanely hard that nobody can do it.
Fantastic.
So I'm a fan of that.
Right. And so, listeners, round of applause for the board that Jessie made. It looks wonderful. It's incredible. Thank you for making that. And we will, real quickly, just to explain the rules of Jeopardy, if you've never heard it before, we will pick one of the questions in one of the categories. We are not allowed to go to like a 200 or 300 if it has not been like unlocked. We have to go in order of the column. So like a 100, like we don't have to clear all the 100s, but the 100 in that column has to be cleared before you can go to the next one. If you get the question right, you get the points. If you get it wrong, it's negative points. So you lose the point, like whatever that was worth. If it is not a true false, I don't know if Jessie has true false or multiple
I didn't
choice.
do
anywhere
any
throughout.
true false or multiple choice. Sorry,
Okay.
guys. So
Well-
there's stealing for all of them.
Yeah, so we can steal then for every single question. We have the opportunity to steal, but we only get 5 seconds to decide if we want to steal or not. And then at the end of the game, after all the scores been tallied up, there will be a final Jeopardy question where William and I will choose how many points we want to wager before we are asked the question. And then Jessie will ask the question. We'll write our answers down. We'll show the screen, show how many points we wagered, show the screen, and see what happens there. So a lot of fun can happen in that moment. I know when in the books 2 and 3 Jeopardy, it came down to that final Jeopardy question. That was really exciting. So we'll see what happens. William, he's amazing, but he's not the book 4 Quizzes champion. So he might have his luck cut out for
I
him
only
this time around.
took part one question.
I think you got both your questions right though, and you got the bonus question right on your episode. So good job. But William, as the guest, you pick first.
Like if I ask the question, so if I say like the library is for 100, like do I have like 30 seconds to answer? Do I have 10 seconds? Like what do I?
We'll cap it out at 30 seconds. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we give
Or just like
grace
feel
on
it out.
that,
Just
really.
feel it
Yeah,
out.
we'll feel it out. So
Okay.
I know. I stall a lot.
Because then it's not
when
like we
I
can like
answer.
in real Jeopardy, like click in. My sister, fun fact, was on Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Oh, very cool. How'd she do?
Yeah. She did pretty well. Her team didn't win, but like it's the first ever episode of it, and they had fun. So
good for her.
So, anyway,
All right, William.
All
take
right,
it
so
away.
we got to start with 100, right? It's got to be
Mhm.
100. Okay, so let's do. I really like the highly biased and selective history of Hogwarts, which glossed over the nastier aspects of the school. For 100, let's do that.
All right. And we have to say that full category name every time,
Yeah.
right? All right. For 100, what was the first Gryffindor password for the year?
Okay, password.
I got it.
Um,
I'm pretty sure I got it.
Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm so used to like listing off a million of these.
Mhm.
I know. I did the
Shotgun
first one
answers.
because it was like a memorable and kind of funny. It had a funny scene. So
While I stall, my favorite all-time password is abstinence.
In book 6.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. After she went on her little
Um,
drinking binge.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Do I have to write it down? I think it's Balderdash. I
Yes.
think Balderdash.
That
Balderdash.
is.
I'm so
Oh,
sad.
I guess I'm
was
supposed
sitting here
to.
thinking,
It is Balderdash. Wait, do I click on?
you click space bar.
Space bar. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little. I have to ask you what your final answer was, and make
every
you really
time
nervous.
it's just,
like
is that your
Barry
final
does.
answer?
Yes,
Just in
is that your
case.
final answer?
All good.
I got too excited because I was like, "Yay, he got it!" Okay.
I know. I had it locked and loaded. I was like, oh my goodness, this
good.
could be my
It's
one
'cause, like,
shining moment.
Usually whenever like in all of Scott's game, he asks me questions. He's just like list every password used in the fourth
Yeah.
book, and I'm just like
Mhm.
listing them all, and I forget like, oh, which one's which.
Yeah,
Um,
I do a number of questions that are like list
Mhm.
several things, but for the 100s, I don't know. I don't know what was easier, just doing one or
I will
that was
take
fun.
the libraries never failed me before.
Libraries never failed me before for 100. What book does Mad Eye Moody give to Neville?
Oh, I know it's like the Mediterranean one. Magical Water Plants of the Mediterranean. That is my final answer.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, good job, Barry.
Yay!
Bravo.
All right. Made it on the board. Let's see if I dip into the negatives. Not going to happen. I'm the best.
All right.
I'm the best.
Let's do Care of Magical Creatures for 100.
All right. What creatures does Hagrid cross to create the blast-ended Scroots?
Okay. So blast-ended Scroots are. I'm trying to make sure.
The suckers and the stingers, and they're illegal.
Yeah. It's manticores and fire crabs.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer. Yeah, that is my final answer. Yep.
Good job. That is
Manticore and
correct.
fire crab.
Ding, ding,
All
ding.
right, so that's
Good job, William.
100.
Manticore is a horrifying animal.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, for as
Okay.
much flack as they get, I do like that scene with them in Fantastic Beasts, the third one. That giant one that will like stab
Oh
the
yeah, they're in
people
that weird prison
doing the
thing.
little dance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
give me.
funny.
You said for 100.
Okay. Understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery.
It was Jesus. I mean Dumbledore. Dumbledore said that.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
It's Albus Dumbledore, and I just love that quote. I was like,
Dumbly.
this is an easy one, but it's 100, and I love
Yeah.
that. So,
So it's 200 right now. We're all tied
oh
up.
yeah,
Tied up. All right, let's get the drip. The Daily Prophet juicy drip.
Oh yeah.
Juicy drip.
What does Rita Skeeter's article about Hermione insinuate that Ron puts into words, and Hermione then laughs it off?
She's a Scarlet Woman, and like she gets around, so to speak.
Mhm.
Is that?
I think
yeah.
Scarlet Woman is like the actual phrase used.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Like
Mhm.
that's that she's
Wait, why am I
playing the
saying that?
field and getting around. She's a Scarlet Woman, and she laughs that off. That's what my mom calls them. Yes.
Scarlet Woman.
That she's a Scarlet Woman, two-timing Harry and Victor. But yes, Scarlet Woman is
Ooh.
correct.
Ding, ding,
So,
ding.
That's a good one.
Very
that-
good. So
is
all
this
the
a
100s are off the
Yes.
board.
You guys
William
did
with a
great.
slight lead.
I
Good
remember
job.
like there have been times where I got 100s wrong and then felt so stupid.
All right, I'll go
It's
to the
not
200.
hard. Like something on that password one. That's not hard. Like you know, like hard to get wrong. Let's say.
Yeah,
Like it's a hard
yes,
question.
yes.
Like that's what I mean.
I'll do the 200 for a highly biased and selective history of Hogwarts, which glosses over the nastier aspects of the school.
All right. How do you get into the Hogwarts kitchen? Very fitting.
You tickle the pear.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Yes, you tickle the pear in the painting of a bowl of fruit located in the dungeons.
Mhm.
So I will
Hufflepuffs know
accept
that.
yours. I was a little more
Certainly.
specific, but
Half point? Hey, you didn't give me my
no,
points.
so that's for 200. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
No, I have 400.
500. Whoa. Oh, it just
Yes, you just got
automatically gave you
200.
the 200. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I thought
There you go.
okay.
That's
I didn't
easy.
realize it was on.
We're good to go now.
I
Okay.
want to do 300 then. Let's go highly biased and selective history of Hogwarts, which glossed over the nastier aspects of the school. 300.
Fantastic.
Which statue is next to the prefect's bathrooms?
Immediate jump in difficulty.
It's Boris the Bewildered. It's Boris the Bewildered.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer. Boris the Bewildered.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing. Good job, William.
All right. Nice.
Well, then, if you could believe it, I'd like to do 400 for a highly biased and selective history of Hogwarts, which glosses over the nastier aspects of the school.
Nice. I feel like it'd be boring if we just went like 1s, 2s, 3s.
Yeah.
What is the name of the fat lady's friend and drinking buddy who often visits her portrait?
Violet.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
That is correct.
Violet. You're
Those are
turning violet,
Vi's
Violet.
sometimes.
Good job. You guys are killing these. I guess they're not as hard as I thought.
We'll see. Don't say
Yeah.
that just yet.
Let's do a highly biased and selective
All
history of Hogwarts, which glosses over the nastier aspects of the school. 500.
Let's do it. All right. During the Yule Ball, Dumbledore mentions he stumbled upon a mysterious room filled with chamber pots that later vanished. He lists 3 possibilities for how the room may appear. List all 3.
Okay. So at 5:30 in the morning, that's one of them. And then the quarter moon, or when you have an exceptionally full bladder. He says the seeker has an exceptionally full bladder.
Is that your final answer?
Those are the 3 possibilities that may appear. Yes, I'm just double checking I read it right, but yes, that is my final answer. Those are all
That
3.
is
Quarter
correct.
moon.
Very
Wow.
impressive.
Way to go.
I knew the
5:30
full
in the morning
bladder
one is crazy.
I know. I knew the full bladder one would be easy, but I thought for sure the quarter moon would be hard.
I only knew the
Eat it
full
again.
bladder one. Like when it came up, I got excited because I was like, I know the full bladder. Can I do the other 3 or other 2?
I
And then
know.
was like,
Originally,
no, I'm not stealing.
this was one of the ones where I only had 2 of the 3, and then I was like, pump it up. Let's get all 3.
Yeah,
all
on
3.
their podcast, they refuse multiple choice. Like
Yeah.
that's for babies, they say. So
I didn't
They're
do
all
any
right with this
multiple choice or
difficulty.
true or
That's what
false.
Scott
so.
says. It's of the week. You know,
give me the libraries never failed me before for 200.
nice.
Okay. Name 2 of the books Harry, Ron, or Hermione look through while preparing for the second task and looking for spells to breathe underwater. Now, I said 2 because there's like 13, and I
Right.
actually have this one listed so that I can check.
All right. The one that I can definitely remember right off the top is Saucy Tricks for Tricky Sorts.
Our sugar on.
And then another one would be, this one's going to be difficult. I'm blanking entirely. And I can even see the quotations in my head, or the italics in my head of all those books in that section. There was nothing in, I'll just YOLO, Standard Book of Spells.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right. You got 1,
Okay.
but
I can steal then, right?
yeah, he can steal.
Okay.
you can
so
steal for the second. But then how did the points work out? William, do you have to get 2 other? Do 2.
well,
Yeah.
I just assumed it was like winner take all.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
So typically it is winner take all.
Okay.
In future, if we
But-
get one right, don't say that we got one right, just so it's like
okay.
still
yeah.
difficult.
Well,
but that's
I
I
do
mean,
have
like I
two.
said, there's
I
like
do have
13
two.
of them.
Yeah.
So,
I know. I have at least two that he didn't say. So
Okay.
there's old and forgotten bewitchments and charms is one of them. And then there's like weird wizarding dilemmas. And there's also like one about like powers you didn't know you had and what to do now that you
Oh,
have them. I may have like
yes.
that might not be like verbatim, but
Yes.
that's another
That
one.
is verbatim.
That's another
Now
one.
that
I don't-
you've wised up.
And now that you've wised up, yeah. Powers you
But
didn't know you have, and now what to do now you've wised
Very
up.
good.
Or whatever.
yes,
So
that is, those are
good
correct.
ones.
Good job, William.
Is this okay?
Was that a 200?
Yes. So old and
that's a
forgotten
hard one.
bewitchments
That's
and
good.
charms, and then yes, powers, powers you never knew you had, but what to do with them now that you've wised
And
up.
college.
The one
Oh,
that I
I should
thought
have
you were
gotten a
gonna get
guide
for
to medieval
sure.
sorcery.
I can't believe, Barry, you didn't get where there's a wand, there's a way.
Yeah. Listen,
was an
I
easy
didn't want
one.
to sit here and think forever.
All right,
So take away 200 from me. William gets 200. And then, yeah, on to the next one.
All right.
Ooh, the score just had a drastic change. I'm at 600 points. William, 1300.
Let's do the 300. Libraries never failed me.
During the summer, what book was Harry reading before he had his nightmare about things happening in Little Hangleton?
This is a good one.
I know the second half of the title. Trying to remember the whole thing.
I'm trying to think. Like, he was. This is gonna haunt me forever.
This should be easy for you since you just reread the book in your mind, and this is at like chapter 2, so you'll get this pretty quickly as you skim through.
Yeah, chapter 2, the scar.
That'd be a crazy quiz category. Just what are the names of the different chapter numbers?
Oh my goodness.
Let me think. All right.
I thought this would be easy because you got to think like, what books does Harry actually have at the Dursleys?
Listen, you stop talking right now,
Okay.
Jessie.
Flying with the cannons. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go
Is
with
that your-
flying with the cannons. Yeah, I'm gonna
your
go with that
final
final
answer?
answer. I might be wrong, but
That is
No, that's
correct.
oh,
I was sitting
Harry's
there, I was
not a
like,
big reader. I was like, it's got to be Quidditch. I was like,
Yeah.
it's Quidditch to the ages, or
mhm.
he's like reading it for the millionth time or something.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, libraries never failed me before for 400. There's only one book moment I can remember right now. I hope it's that moment. Yes, it's that moment!
What book did Ginny have to mend with Spello tape?
1,000 Magical Herbs and Fungi.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
That is
Or
correct.
did you ever give William his points for the last time too?
Oh, did I not?
I don't.
No, I don't
No.
think so. 'Cause
No.
I was
Oh,
at
oh,
1300.
yeah. I'm sorry.
So he gets.
How do I do that? Go
300
back
more?
to
300.
300.
You can just click on.
and then-
No, you can just click on his score. Or yeah, you can do that
That's okay.
too.
I did that.
There
Okay,
you go.
so now
That
we're
works.
good. 16, 1300.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm,
my wife's
and if
gonna
I
be
got a
furious
chance, I'm
'cause I just
taking the
screamed.
500 off the board. So I'm going to do
All
it.
right. Going the libraries never failed me before. 500. Name both of the books Harry pulls while researching dragons.
Oh. Let's
question.
see.
This one is tricky.
All right. So this is when they're in the library.
My mind jumps
Mhm.
to book 1 with Hagrid looking at all his dragon books.
That is deceptive. When I was checking my answers, I told Barry this. I was trying to find the chapter that this was in so that I could read it. And I kept asking AI for the chapter, and it kept sending me to the chamber or the Sorcerer's Stone. And I was like, no, I'm in the Goblet of Fire.
So Harry falls while researching dragons. This is.
It's got to be.
I'm drawing a blank on this one. I honestly, dragon breeding for profit and pleasure, but I am like stuck in like this mode where like I'm just thinking of like the first book.
Good. Good.
Yeah, so I mean I'm out. I'm out. I
All right.
honestly don't. I don't have it.
Barry, would you like to steal?
Heck no.
Okay. All right. So this one is Men Who Love Dragons Too Much. And then what I thought would be tricky was Basic Hexes for the Busy and Vexed.
Very good.
So, yep. All right.
Who
So
Loves Dragons.
minus
That's a great
for...
title.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
Well, misleading. I wanted to like
Great title.
start saying book names that were like way wrong, but I thought that could trigger something in his head anyway, so I won't do that.
I just think like in my mind, like I don't, whatever that was, like I'm not associating it with like researching dragons,
Mhm.
but
Yeah. And like Harry flips through them very half-heartedly. Like he pulls them and he's like, this isn't
Yeah.
gonna help me.
yeah.
I'll take you said for 200.
All right.
1,300 to 1,100. I actually have a lead over
We do.
William. It's great.
Yes. All right. One of my favorites. Don't be stupid. It's a flying house.
That would be, it's one of the Creevy brothers. I'm going to say Dennis Creevy.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That is correct.
Yes. I was so nervous. I was like, I know it's one of them, but I don't know which.
Let's
Very
do 300. You said.
All right.
See, I've set myself up for failure now because he's going to get the 500s each time now. Going
Unless
through
he
like
doesn't
this.
get them.
Unless I get them wrong like I did last time.
All right. He seems to have sprouted little tentacles all over his face. Well, let's not leave them here. They don't add much to the decor. Who said that?
Okay. That definitely a twin. And this is a classic Fred versus George moment.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. And I was like, I
and
hope
this
you
is
get it
Scott's-
wrong.
For the 3 people who listen to our podcast. No, we have like 12 now. Scott does a thing where he says Fred or George, and you just have to like guess. So I think it's George. Fred usually gets most of the shine, but this one's George.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
That is correct.
Dang it.
Nice.
It is George.
That's a good one.
I was hoping for an easy 300 there.
That would have been an easy steal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Barry. So it's 1,500 Barry to 1,400 William.
Very good. Give me 400. You said.
All right. Very enthusiastic. A little over enthusiastic, if truth be told.
That was Barty Crouch Sr. Barty Crouch
Okay.
Sr. and he's talking about Percy.
About Weatherby.
Weatherby.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Like-
my final
Weatherby.
answer.
That's your final? All right.
That's a good
That
one.
is correct. He is referring to
That's a very good
Percy.
quote to pull.
It is. It was funny. It
Mhm.
made me laugh.
Having made a few of these Jeopardy boards myself, when I saw the ... dots, I was wondering like, did she take out words? Because sometimes
I
I've
did not
debated
on
doing
that
that
one.
before too, but I was like,
Yeah.
no, that's actually the actual
Yeah,
line.
I actually did keep all of the quotes intact. I didn't
Mhm.
like cut anything that would be too obvious.
Yeah, because sometimes you
Yeah.
get a really good line, but it's like,
Oh, wait.
oh, this middle part would make it too obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Barry got that 400. All right,
All right.
William, your turn.
And let's do 500.
Could tie it up. 1,900 to 1,400.
All right, this one's a hard one. Horrible temper. I remember when he was a kid.
Horrible temper. I remember when he was. This is from the first chapter. And they're talking about Frank. And this is Dot. It's Dot. Like they're chatting and it's Dot, whatever. In at the Hanged Man, which is the pub.
Yep. Is that your final answer?
Dot final answer. Yeah. Talking about Frank.
Very good. She was the only named villager.
Yeah. So when having podcasted through this whole book, I was like, it would be unfair for me to like thoroughly study. So I crammed just 30 minutes before this, just flipping through the book. And I looked
Just absorbing.
and I looked at the first chapter and I was like, there's only one person that's named in the pub. It's only Dot.
Yep.
So
So all tied up. Good job. 1900.
Very
Nice.
good. This is shaping up to be a good match. All right.
Mhm.
Give me the Daily Prophet Juicy Drip for 200.
All right. Fill
I
in the
breathe into the
blanks.
Oh my
For
gosh.
the Dumbledore's Greatest Mistake article. While Dumbledore turns a blind eye, Hagrid has blank several pupils during a series of lessons. Fridwulfa's son, this actually is a ... like a continuation.
Yeah.
Fridwulfa's son appears to have inherited her blank nature.
Oh my gosh. Hagrid has in my head I think there's like an easy word to use, but then it's the wizarding world, so they might be fanciful. He's obviously like harmed or maimed or burned. I'm gonna go with harmed on the first one, and Fridwulfa's son has inherited her violent nature.
Is that your final answer?
Those are my final answers.
Close, but not correct.
Oh,
William, would you like to steal?
I would.
that's crazy. Shut up.
So, so the first one is maimed. That's for sure. The first one is maimed, not harmed. And then I'm pretty sure. Oh man, this is tough. If I get it wrong, do I lose points, or
You do.
I do,
Yes.
right? It's brutal. I'm pretty sure. So it's maimed several pupils, and her son's her brutal nature. Brutal.
Is that your
So
final
maimed,
answer?
brutal. Final answer.
That is correct.
Oh my gosh.
Barry, you were so close. You said maimed, and you
And
were
then with the
almost
other one
there.
in my head, I thought brutish. I was like,
Yeah,
either brutish or violent.
I was really
That's
worried
crazy.
when he said maimed, and I was like, no, guess the other words.
Yeah. Good
But
job.
yeah, you're right.
William.
They're British.
Yep,
They're
good
definitely
job.
using fancy
Mhm.
words.
All right. I thought that one was funny because obviously those are the most ridiculous things to characterize Hagrid. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So it's William's turn,
That's correct.
Yes, it is my turn. So
and
let's
it's now
do.
Barry 1700 to William 2100.
No.
Nice. Let's do the drip for the juicy drip for
Juicy.
300.
What did Rita Skeeter once call Bill Weasley?
Mm.
He called him a long-haired. She called him a long-haired pillock, which,
Is that-
frankly speaking, not 100% sure what a pillock is, but that's what she calls him, a long-haired pillock.
That's your
That's my
final
final
answer?
answer. Yeah, a long-haired pillock.
That is correct.
Ding,
Is
ding,
it-
ding, ding, ding.
Did it show? Oh,
I don't see it,
I
but
don't-
that is the right
Okay.
answer. Yeah.
Oh, now it's coming up for me. Yes,
There
a
you go.
long-haired pillock. That is correct. I also, I thought that was hilarious. Still have not looked up what a pillock is. For some reason, I think it's a fish, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I
Listen,
kind of want to.
we have technology.
I kind
can
of
do
want to
it
know
right
what is
now.
a pillock. My
Pillock.
keyboard's like way over here.
Pillock is a stupid person.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
that's
like we
not
get it with
true.
context. Like it's like
Yeah.
obviously an insult,
Yeah.
but you know.
A
oh,
UK
I'm thinking
offensive word.
haddock. Haddock is a fish.
Oh yeah, because that's what
And that's-
I'm not going to
that's what
say. Just in
Harry
case it's a
hit.
question. No.
Well-
Okay. Yeah, you would know. If
It's
a question or
obviously not a question, but
Yeah.
it's what Harry hits Ron with.
Mm-hmm. A rubber
All
hat.
right, let's go to 400 on this juicy drip.
All right. In Harry Potter, Disturbed and Dangerous, Draco Malfoy cites 3 things to attack Harry's character and conclude he'd do anything for a bit of power.
Oh my
what
gosh,
are they?
this is stupid. Okay, 3 things. He cites 3 things to attack Harry's character. He can speak to snakes. That's definitely one of them. I think. If I say that, watch me be completely wrong. But I know that's mentioned in the article. This was in the chapter I did with William. He can speak to snakes. What else does Draco mean? Because there's several things mentioned in that article. I'm trying to think of specifically from Draco's mouth, though.
Mm-hmm. It's his quote.
Yeah. Speaks to snakes. He associates with giants. I feel like that's just something that the article mentions, not Draco. And he faints. He has fainting fits.
Is that your final answer?
I know it's wrong, but that's my final answer.
It is not quite correct.
Yeah. Take away my points, Jesse. I don't need them where I'm going.
I think I can steal, but I'm trying to think like how to divide out the three things because like they kind of like flow together. Like there are attacks.
Do.
Like
they do.
Like he can speak partial tongue. That's like one of them for sure. Like that is just it is one of them.
You got 5 seconds to decide if you want to steal.
I am stealing. I'm stealing.
Rats.
I'm stealing.
And we know good. You might get it wrong.
He can speak partial tongue. There were attacks on students a couple years ago, and most people thought he was behind them. Like he says, like there was attacks on students. He thought he was behind them. He lost his temper at the dueling club and set a snake on another boy. That's 2. And then he says he's friends with werewolves and giants. Those are 3 things in my mind, but I might not have the 3 things that you're looking for, I guess. So I may have just hosed myself by losing. Is that different than what Barry said even?
It is.
It is different.
Is that your
I'm gonna
final
go with
answer?
that. That's my final answer. I mean, those are 3 things in my mind. But why the heck not?
That is correct.
What?
He's a parcel
hold on.
tongue. And then the whole thing of
Yeah,
people thought that
I
he
hate
was
that.
the
I hate because I
attack,
feel
and he
like
said
the
that snake
parcel
was
tongue
mentioned.
should cover setting the snakes on other things. I feel like that's a whole that covers that.
No,
whole
but
thing.
it is 2 different things because they didn't know that the attacks were from a snake.
That's
Until the
true.
end of the year.
But-
So,
True.
I mean, I would have accepted either he was behind the attacks or he set a snake on another boy. But
yeah, the
parcel tongue
is set a
is
snake on another boy. Those both specifically parcel tongue.
But they
yeah,
are 2
but
different
one
things.
is just he talks to snakes, and then the other is an action that he used it for.
Listen, you're the quiz master. It's your
And I
thing.
will
And there's
defend
2
your-
parts of
I
them.
will defend
William
you,
got it
say
right, Barry. He got
you
exactly
cite-
what I had here.
You
So
cite 3 things to attack his character. So he does cite those things. So
Mhm.
it's
Yep.
not 3 things Harry did necessarily. It cites 3 things that attack his character.
Mhm, mhm.
Now, did
'Cause
I
being a
take
parcel
points
tongue
from you
isn't
already,
like a
Barry?
thing.
You did.
Okay, so
You can take more.
all right.
Was that 400?
Yep, that
Yeah.
was 400.
Let's drip it up for 500.
All right. During Rita's first interview with Harry after the weighing of the wand, she says, "Testing, my name is Rita Skeeter, Daily Prophet reporter. What does the quick quotes quill write down for her introduction?"
Okay.
And I will give
It's
where
about-
is- I had my
I don't know how exact of a quote you want, but it's like
I
what
know
did you say?
I have
It's basically she's like attractive blonde, 43, whose quill has punctured many reputations. That's what it writes
so
down.
there
That's
were
probably
3
not
parts of
verbatim.
them. Yes.
She's attractive blonde, 43. Her quill punctures reputations. Those are the things that I know her quill writes down. And that's what I got.
Is that your final
And
answer?
then, I mean, like, for her introduction, that's the introduction about herself. I assume that's what you're referring to. That
Yes.
event where it
Yes.
introduces herself. Then yes, that is my final answer.
Yes, you are correct.
Very good.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I was gonna give you if you got close, but the exact quote. So he did get this verbatim, and then whose savage quill has punctured many inflated reputations.
Inflated.
So that's funny, but yeah, I will give that to you.
That is like burned in my head in Jim Dale's voice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like when I'm listening to these new audiobooks that are incredible, I'm always like, oh, the cadence and like the rhythm was different. Like they said the words in a different rhythm than
Mhm.
what's burned in my head.
I
You know?
thought
It's
it was
wild.
funny
Go ahead.
because she says her age, and I feel like most women wouldn't appreciate.
Well, especially women like her, right? She's not exactly the kind of person who would like gracefully accept aging.
Yeah, 12-year-old Harry Potter.
Well, they get old. I mean, they age, like they get a lot older in the wizarding world. Perhaps it's not as big of a deal. I think I saw the average wizarding lifespan was like 140 or something like that.
I don't know though. How do we count all these people that die young? There's a lot.
That's true.
We got
the normal lifespan.
Control for that, right?
Well, this is
it's funny. The guy who does like the testing, is older than Dumbledore. Like the OWL testing.
Tofty.
That guy. Yeah, Professor Tofty. He's like, yeah, I tested him myself. I was like, what? What are you like? Maybe 5 years older, and you're doing this examination of like Dumbledore, who's ancient.
It's wild to me that we started the juicy drip category just a second ago. Me going, it's all tied up, 1900 to 1900.
And now we have
changed fast.
I like that.
Barry 1300 and William 3300.
2,000
So
points.
anything can still happen. So
yeah. Well, only
see.
option to go. Let's go. Care of Magical Creatures. C 200.
all right. What creature went on a rampage and injured the judges in the Triwizard Cup of 1792? Coincidentally, the last Triwizard Cup.
Yeah. I think it was a type of bird. William, do you know this one?
Yeah, I do.
I hate you so much. Okay. It was I don't know. I was going to say albatross, but that's not a magical creature. So
I will
No
steal,
answer.
and then I'll give you a small hint just for fun. It is a creature mentioned in the Bible.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. A cockatrice, that's what it is. It's a cockatrice. And I'm pretty sure a cockatrice is mentioned somewhere in the Bible.
I don't think so. I know that book
I
pretty
feel
good.
like I feel like
Leviathan and Behemoth are mentioned
I'm
in
trying
the
to think
Bible.
maybe in like Revelations, one of those weird things that I don't understand at all, to be frank with you.
But anyway,
but I might be
final
wrong on that
answer,
too. I might have,
cockatrice.
yeah, cockatrice.
That is correct.
And
It
now
is a
I do definitely want to
cockatrice.
look up is cockatrice.
It might be
I'm
in
sorry.
what you consider the Bible, which is the Harry Potter series.
I think cockatrice is 4 times in the King James version. That's what I've always read my whole life. So that's what it's mentioned in the King James version by a quick Google search.
Interesting.
Future Barry will come back in to clarify.
Yeah, but the King James version is what I grew up reading. So
That's great. I wonder what a cockatrice actually looks like. And
something
What
it says
they
something in the
thought it
Bible. It
was.
says something about the cockatrice's den or something like underground. I think that's what it's like.
well, now I'm curious. Cockatrice.
Like I said, it's
in
not
Bible.
from like it's from the part of the Bible
But-
that I don't understand. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
even if it was in the
Isaiah
King James.
11:8. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, Isaiah's dense. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Interesting.
Listen, William knows the Bible too, apparently.
No,
guys.
I am a religious man, but I definitely don't know the Bible better than Harry Potter. I'll have to answer for that at Judgment Day one day. But I think I remember that so well because like I remember like seeing it in Sunday school, like it was mentioned in the Bible and it's in Harry Potter.
That's crazy. There's
That's
a video.
funny.
What is the cockatrice of Isaiah?
That's
Yeah.
something for maybe a golden snitch.
Yeah. I'll stick to the
All right.
Gospels mostly, but we'll that's in there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Oh, it's William's turn.
Okay.
Creatures for 300. Let's do it.
According to Charlie Weasley, how far does most Dragonfire reach versus how far can the Hungarian Horntail reach? So these are two
Ooh.
numbers.
Let's see. 2 numbers.
This was a Quizzits question, or at least it was one that I considered asking. I think it was an audience Quizzits question.
I've actually used multiple Quizzage questions.
Rats. Should have gone through.
Let's see. I think if I'm right, it's going to be This is driving me nuts. I'm deciding between like 50 and 40 for one of them. Because like I remember in my head, I'm thinking, I was like, why did they say 40? 50 would be like a more normal number, but he's seen the horntail do 40. So that's what the horntail reaches. I'm pretty sure it's 40 because I have this like dialogue in my head of like, why would you choose 40 instead of 50? It always struck me as weird. And then I am not 100% sure, but I'm just going to cut it in half and say 20 for the other one. So 20 and 40.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
That is correct.
Wow.
So
40
impressively, the
40
50 we're pulling out is there is other parts where it says the Hungarian horntail can reach 50, but according to Charlie Weasley is the key because Charlie says he's
Right.
not
But
40.
like, you know what I mean? Like when he says that, it always stuck out in my head when Charlie's like, I've seen this horntail do 40. And I'm like, 40. But not 50.
Yep. No,
Whatever.
there are other places say 50, but Charlie says 40.
Like other
so-
places in this book or like in the
I think
lore?
it's in another
I
book.
wanna know,
like in the
we-
lore. In the lore.
Me and Scott have a guy who listens in like Switzerland who has like the German version. I wonder what it says like in the German version. Does it give them like meters, you know? Like
Probably. No one else uses feet.
At this
the
point,
British
I'm
are
not
weird.
even
The
gonna be able
British
to-
use feet for like stuff like this, but kilometers for like their cars.
Yeah. Well,
They're
Barry,
weird.
you still have hope. You can gain. You just
If
gotta have
he
enough
like
points to
bets
bet it
all his
all.
points on freaking.
That's assuming he'll get it right. It could
Yeah.
be, you know, wasn't there both of us in the last Jeopardy? We both got it wrong, but I won because I bet less points.
Yeah. All right,
I
let's
can
go
mathematically
400.
win, can't I? If I
All
just
right. Barry 1100, William 3800. Barry's going
Yeah.
Care of Magical Creatures.
I need
for
to get this right. You
400.
need to get yours wrong, and then you need to get the final.
Ooh,
right.
this is a good one.
Yes. When do unicorns grow their horns?
I believe it was 2 years.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Is not correct.
What?
William, would you like to steal?
Let me see here.
I'm the quizzes champion.
Yes, I will steal. I'm living on the edge. I don't know for sure this one. No, it's not 2. You may be 100% honest. I would have said 2.
That's what I'm saying.
But now I'm not going to say 2.
And look, she's a mum.
I think 4. I'm going to go with 4.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, final answer. Odd numbers would be weird. I don't know why you'd put an odd number to grow something. So 4.
It is 4.
Holy frick. William, leave this podcast.
I told you, Barry. Well, first of all, I was not going to. If I would have said 2.
Yeah.
So,
But
it,
thankfully
and so
you
Barry,
said 2,
what
so
you're
I didn't
thinking-
have to say 2.
They changed from gold to silver at 2 years.
I knew there was 2 mentioned there.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I swear, listeners, I knew.
They don't
All
mind
right,
boys
so
so much when they're babies.
Barry 700, William 4200.
All right, let's do 500. Let's do
All right,
500.
what'd you say? Care Magical Creatures for 500.
That's all we got.
All
So
right.
yeah, let's do it.
How many blast-ended scroots
Ooh.
did Hagrid start with? Now, this is a rough number. So I will accept close.
Yeah, because I was like, my immediate thought is like for sure, like we don't know like an exact number. Like it's not 26. I don't, like there's not a.
Yes, there is no exact number said.
I know how many they end with.
I mean, it could have. If I just refuse to answer, I don't lose points, right?
No, you do
No.
lose them.
Because it's your question.
It's because it's my question.
William, who cares? You win at this point.
I mean, like, I feel like it was at least several hundred because, like, he had boxes of like little ones. So, I mean, like, I feel like I should say like dozens, like 3 dozen, but like, I mean, he started with like a bunch of boxes. So I'm gonna go with like a few hundred. It does, if that counts for. Well, that's my answer. I'm gonna say a few hundred. I don't know if it's specific enough, but like he had them in like a bunch of different boxes, and they were little, and like then they grew. So a few hundred. That's my answer. If it's good enough,
Alright.
it's good enough. If not, I lose.
That is
Yeah.
correct. Several
But
hundred.
like he ends up with, I don't know, what does he end
Yeah.
up with? Like a dozen?
No, he ends up
Oh,
with
he
like
ends with
2. But
Two. Yeah.
but Harry
See, I
says
know that.
there are multiple crates and there's about 100 in each crate.
That's
So
ridiculous.
there are several hundred.
Oh my
William
gosh.
with the eidetic memory there.
4,700 to 700.
Barry, you're in the positives, okay?
I
You
am
have
in the
700
positive.
points to bet.
That's
William could bet all of his points and get it wrong.
I will not.
All right.
Which should be funny, but I'm not doing that.
All right, let's
so
see that.
Final
Jeopardy
Good.
time. Jesse will click on this, show us, or not. We first
gotta
we
write
decide
your
how many we
points,
wanna wager.
right?
Yeah, write down
Yeah.
how many we want to wager.
Sorry for my dog barking.
That's
You'll
all
also
right, I
have
can
to,
edit that out.
I think you have to write down your answer too, right?
Well, we write down our answer once you show us the
paper.
question.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
first, we pick how many we want to wager. All right, I have my amount. William, do you have yours?
Yeah, I got my amount.
Jesse, show us the question.
All right. Final Jeopardy. What all, money and object, did Fred and George lose to Ludo Bagman with their Quidditch World Cup?
That's a great
bet.
question.
Sorry, that was supposed to say with their Quidditch World Cup bet.
That's a great
That
question.
is a great question. I love that one.
So there is 3 monetary things to get, and then
yeah.
the object. So I'm looking for 4 things.
All right. I just changed one of them. I'm going to be so ticked if that was the wrong thing.
All right. Are you guys both
I'm
locked in?
ready.
I'm ready as well. So we review how much we wagered. I wagered 699 points. You can see.
Ending in the positive. I wagered 2,000.
2,000.
I wrote it
Very
down
good.
in little tiny letters up here.
And Jesse, what is the answer? Oh, wait, no. Did we show
Wait,
our
you have to
answers
say your
first?
answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both say your answers.
So I said, I just tried to remember magical numbers and also what the things were. First one's not that magical, but 36 galleons, 12 sickles, 6 canuts, and a fake wand.
All right.
Yeah.
And William?
I did 5 galleons for the fake wand. Because that's what Ludo Bagman says. They do that. The
He
fake
ascribes
wand.
value to it.
Yeah, he puts 5. I'll give 5 galleons for the funny wand, is what he calls it. I haven't seen. I think he said a good like that in years. And then 37 galleons, 15 sickles, 3 canuts.
All right. So we got your final answers, and
Mhm.
William
And-
is correct. That's
You know
very
what's crazy?
impressive.
That I knew that one. I did
All
know
right,
that one.
that's great. That's wonderful. But more importantly, that was the thing I crossed out was the 37 galleons
Oh,
to
I know,
36
Barry,
galleons.
There you go.
When you said 36, I was like, he had 37. But at least you
anyway.
didn't get the sickles and the nuts right as well.
Yeah, I know. I did terrible there. But good job, William. Very good. So William gets 2,000 more points. And I get minus 699.
And you
So,
get 1 point,
The
Barry.
final score at I should have been half point, Barry. Oh, I could have done.
Yeah, you should have ended with your
699.5.
half point.
But the final score of the Jeopardy game, it was Barry 1, William 6,700. Needless to say, William dominated this. Congratulations, William, representing the World Half-Blood Pod. You crushed it. Jesse, thank you for making this board. William, do you have any victory words to say?
No, that was really fun. Good questions. Tough one. Tough stuff. I got lucky on a few things, like Barry having to go first on one that I did not know. So
That one would have made all the difference.
Yeah, that would have changed the momentum. You guys
Yeah.
did great. I was not expecting you to get everything right.
Were you expecting me to be end in the positive?
Yes, very. I did. I had high hopes for you.
Thank you. I'm glad I reached those high hopes. So, listeners, thank you for listening to this episode. If you want to use this board, I will put a link in the video description if you want to. I know you already just went through it, but if you wanted to share it with your friends and play the part of Jesse with other people and show off your Harry Potter knowledge, You can feel free to do that and also finagle and edit it yourself as well. I use Jeopardy Labs because that's just the easiest thing for me to do. So you guys might enjoy that too. But that'll be in the description. William's podcast, Half Blood Pod, live on most platforms. That also will be linked in the description of this episode.
Yes, sir.
And so, yeah, William, thank you for being on this week. Jessie, thank you for being on. Next week, we will be covering a fan fiction with Emily. So I don't know what it is. We always do some fanfic related to that book that season. My favorite one ever was that Gilderoy Lockhart one where it turns out he's actually a competent wizard. It was really funny, battles with basilisks. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Retold. Artwork for this podcast was created by Rachel Ortlip. Music was created by Taylor Jarvis. And the Retold podcast is produced by me. That's right, I made this.